Well, I'm getting ready for a flats class television shoot that I'm doing in Jacksonville, Florida with my buddy Ed Kabler. We're going to do some mirrorlure stuff, but what's been working here at home lately is a great little rigging setup that I discovered a couple of months ago, and now my clients have fallen in love with it. And that's this cool little rigging setup called the Texas Eye from Z-Man. Now, this little deal really does make a gigantic difference in your fishing ability because it gives you the weedless benefits of a rigging hook and the weight forward casting distance of a jig. I'll explain in a few minutes. While I'm getting everything rigged, you go watch this video of my buddy Mike K catching a redfish on it. This episode of Flats Class YouTube is brought to you by Aquatraction, your go-to solution for advanced marine flooring. Nice. That's a good one. A respectable red. Nice work. Just ahead of the rock. I'm going to get the net. That is a good looking fish. Good looking fish. Alright. That's what he looks like.
He loves to eat the Z-Man.
Yeah, he loves the Texas Eye. Let me get a quick pick real fast before we release him. All right, it's no secret that I've been using this Texas Eye setup now for quite some time. And in that video with Mike K and Mike Shipley, they were having a lot of success, working this bait. And the reason that they are is because it's easy to use. You're combining a rigging hook, and this is a translucent Z-Man 4-inch paddle tail. This is the diesel minnows. And you're combining that with a jig head. So then when you have those two together, you have the weight forward advantages of a jig to drive super long casts out there. And then that rigging hook makes this pretty snag free as far as negotiating dead grass on the surface, kelp grass over the rocks, turtle grass. I mean, you really can get away with a lot with a Texas Eye. And here's the packaging if you guys really want to see it. This particular weight setup for me has worked the best. The Texas Eye in the 3/16 seems to be perfect because by the time you put the bait on there and whatnot, you're looking at something that's probably closer to 5/16 or so, getting close to 3/8, probably around 3/8. And in a lot of 7-foot medium action spinning rods that are weighted between 1/4 and 1/2 or 1/4 and 5/8 lure weight, it puts it in the sweet spot for a nice smooth cast. And if you're using one of those medium action rods like I do with the Terramar XX and it happens to have a faster or extra fast tip, well, the hook sets are much easier as well. So I typically have this because the opportunity to catch snook looms large. I start off with 25-pound leader like I have here. And I'll run a section probably anywhere from 30 inches to 36 inches to start the day. Don't let it get much shorter than that because we can work this fast or slow depending on the water temperature in that particular type of day, depth of the water. But if you just use this simple technique this one rigging setup that they've got here at Z-Man that is literally built. You know, these are systems that Z-Man puts together. If you trust it, I promise you, you're gonna catch a lot of fish. If you use a naked jig head, sure, I like using it, and I'm quick to the reel, make the cast quick to the reel, and I don't get hung up as much. But if you're someone casting spinning gear and maybe you're not as experienced and you seem like you're always fouling that open jig head up, consider this. This is like a jig head. That's a Texas rig. That's why they call it the Texas Eye. So just something that's been working for me. Now, I'm gonna send you back to my buddies Joe and Larry Klein. Joe catches a nice redfish in this clip, and then I'm gonna give you some parting thoughts on this system. Watch this. Good one. Trolling motor's off. I'm putting the brakes on. You got him. You got him. A lot of coaching going on here. I thought we had this under control. What happened?
He saw the damn net. You know what? You landed by yourself then.
Is he trying to get to the other side?
He is on the other side.
We can lift the power pole up.
You got it rounded.
I don't think so. Just trying to keep us out of the... I see him. Man. Got you when you were weak, Joe. What's up, Dad? Did you see him net that fish? He did a good job. I mean,
Got the plastic bag with it.
good for you.
Not only net the fish, but I know the trash. They got a trash
That is a good one there.
Put him on the measuring stick.
Joe fought him for a half an hour. Yeah, he's going to be, move forward a little bit. He's going to be, what, 28, 27? He's top of the slot. Uh-oh.
What redfish?
What redfish?
What redfish?
We've been fumbling these fish for a while.
There?
Yeah. I can see he's going to be 27. He's a perfect fish.
Wow.
He's a perfect fish. Why don't you get up there with that beautiful piece of driftwood backdrop? Sit on the Yeti without falling down.
Sit on the Yeti without falling down.
Yeah. If it sounded like Joe, Larry, and myself were having a great day and a lot of fun, well, we were. Those guys caught about 20 redfish that day. And with that simple technique, because it kept us from retying and dulling hooks, and it just keeps the rigging down to a minimum. That's what the Texas Eye does. If you like some of these tips that we've been sharing with you guys over the past year or two, I want you guys to give us that big thumbs up, hit that notification bell, and subscribe to this channel. It's my job to make you a much better angler, and I can do that if you're tuning in more often. I promise you, we're gonna help you put a lot more fish in your boat. Until next time, Captain C.A. Richardson signing off from Flats Class YouTube. Now get out there and go catch some fish on that Texas Eye.